Wife here. I have a question for men. My husband, son, and I were sitting on a bench outside at a park eating lunch. While there, my son found this stick about 2 feet long, and my husband commented how that was a nice stick. Pretty unremarkable to me. After lunch, he used our dog to distract me while my son snuck it into the car. When we got home, I found the stick in our car. Why bring it home? It's just a stick. I don't get it. Is there a thing with guys and sticks? Edit. My husband came on and added the picture down in the comments. I don't know how to add pictures on here. Second edit. While sitting here, my son's friend comes over and says, "Can I see the stick?" I just want to yell, "It's a stick," but it is all in good fun. I'm not criticizing it. I was, one, trying to see if he was the only one, and two, trying to understand the fascination with it, because as it has been said, I am female and cannot relate. Haha, which is okay with me. Enjoy your sticks, men. Final edit. This blew up very fast and far more than I expected. But now, thanks to all you fine Reddit folk, I have discovered the meaning of life. A good stick. Story 1. I'm a 32-year-old man, and whenever I'm in nature, I am picking up sticks and throwing rocks when no one is around. I don't know why I do this. I wasn't aware I did this until reading your post. I don't have any insight, and I am sorry. Story 2. It's the simplest tool. You can poke stuff, prod stuff, swing it, throw it, and draw with it in dirt, sand, or snow. It makes a cool whoosh sound when you swing it. It's pretty cool. Story 3. Good sticks are awesome. My dad and I would look for morel mushrooms in the forest every spring when I was a kid. On one of these walks, my dad found a really good stick about 4 feet long when I was 6 or 7, and he carved my name into it after he whittled off the bark and lacquered it so it would last longer. The stick broke in two during my last move, and finding that out broke my heart in two. He passed away a long time ago, and I don't have many shared tactile possessions left. Story 4. As one of my Boy Scout leaders once said, people pay good money for fancy walking sticks like this, and here we are carving our own out of good wood we found for free. You can do a lot with the right kind of wood. Start a fire, make a totem, weave a small rope. The list goes on. A decent stick is a good find. Story 5. Last time I went camping, one of the guys we were with found a stick. It was a pretty nice stick. A solid thickness, good length, and it had a nice natural curve at the end. He smoothed out the end with his knife, and I showed him how to carve for subtle grooves into the end of the stick. We rounded them out and made sure they were spaced appropriately. The depth was ideal for his fingers to fit comfortably. He brought it hiking for the rest of the trip, and when he got home, he had plans to continue smoothing the rest of it down and eventually paint it. He had a friend who did some good woodworking and was very artistic. That was a nice stick. Story 6. It's a man's instinct, tooling and gearing. It's so engraved in us that we find it amusing. We are in the woods, we need a stick to poke things with, to defend ourselves with, etc. See a good, tough, straight, solid stick? It's instinct to catch it. Feels better than being barehanded. Now on to the main point. When in the woods or nature, we feel better if we have something like an axe, a sword, a spear, a flashlight, or a rifle gear. When barehanded, a good stick will do. This is why so many men are obsessed with survival gear like guns, lights, hiking, fishing, military surplus, tactical clothes, gadgets, pocket knives. It's all a stick version 2.0. Story 7. Sticks are cool. You can walk with them, poke or smack things, pretend to have a sword fight or that it's a gun. There's something great about finding a good stick. Story 8. I'll try. Hit an attacker. Throw for a dog. Add to the stick collection. Make a fire. Use as a lever to move a heavy object. Use as a support for traction if your vehicle gets stuck in mud. Baffle your significant other. Bond with the other male. Poke things like fires, bears, or attackers. Hit an attacker. Story 9. Just think about the meme where the husband and wife are lying in bed, and the wife thinks he is thinking about other women when he is actually thinking about the cool stick his son found. That's kind of what you are doing now. Don't overthink a father-son bonding moment because you don't get it. Story 1025 Fahrenheit here. A good stick is a good stick. I let my son keep a couple in our car too. I don't know why exactly, but something about how they look and feel is pretty neat. Story 11. A stick can be a sword, a stick could be a gun, a stick could be a person if you dress it up. It is purely the best thing that you can easily obtain, and it's free just like imagination. Story 12. I asked an artificial intelligence chatbot. I think it nailed it. There are a few reasons why guys might like to collect sticks. Nostalgia asterisk sticks can be a reminder of childhood and playing outdoors. For many boys, sticks are a symbol of adventure and exploration. They can be used to build forts, play games, or even fight imaginary enemies. Functionality asterisk sticks can be used for a variety of purposes, such as kindling for a fire, a weapon for self-defense, or a tool for digging. In some cultures, sticks are also used as musical instruments or ceremonial objects. Symbolism asterisk sticks can also have symbolic meaning. For example, in some cultures, a stick is a symbol of power or authority. In others, it is a symbol of protection or strength. Compulsion asterisk some people may collect sticks as a way to cope with anxiety or stress. The act of collecting can be calming and soothing, and it can provide a sense of order and control. It is important to note that not all guys collect sticks. Some people may find them to be unsightly or even dangerous. However, for those who do collect sticks, it can be a rewarding and enjoyable hobby. Here are some additional thoughts on why guys might like to collect sticks. They are a natural object. Sticks come from trees, which are a part of nature. For some people, collecting sticks is a way to connect with nature and the outdoors. They are versatile. Sticks can be used for a variety of purposes, which can make them appealing to people who like to be creative. They are relatively inexpensive. Sticks are often free or very inexpensive to collect. This makes them a good option for people who are on a budget. They are easy to find. Sticks can be found almost anywhere, which makes them easy to collect. Ultimately, the reason why guys collect sticks is a personal one. There is no right or wrong answer. If you enjoy collecting sticks, then there is no reason to stop. Story 13. We are monkeys. We like good sticks, some for defense, some for building, some for shenanigans. It's in our DNA. Watch Chimp Empire on Netflix and watch Our Distant Cousins. They usually have sticks. Sticks truly rule. Story 14. Depending on the age of your son, that stick can be anything with their imagination. A sword, a gun, a magic wand. It's an infinite toy that's free. A father can remember that mindset from youth and help provide the infinite toy. It's a good-looking stick. I'd pick it up. There's also the built-in instinct to build and protect, which makes a lot of people feel compelled to acquire and keep sticks. The same often happens with various rocks. Story 15. It's really amazing sometimes how different boys and girls are. It never crossed my mind that some girls wouldn't be as interested in sticks as boys tend to be. Story 16. I'm not a guy, but for some reason, the thought of kindling is always in the back of my head like I'm on Survivor, trying to keep a good, stocked pile at home at all times. It will save me lots of time. Maybe I won't even use them, and when it pours, I can start all over again. They just never run out. Why not grab that scrappy, super dried out stick? It's definitely going to be a winner. Lifelong stick addict living in the city, still scraping around here. It just feels good. I don't know. Sticks clearly build father-son relationships. Ha! Pretty awesome stick they've got. Now I have stick envy. Story 17. Nothing like a good symmetrical stick. The straighter the better, and one that holds its girth has to be just right. Not too thick and heavy, and not too thin and flimsy. Story 18. With the right amount of imagination, a good stick can be a sword, flagpole, or walking cane. I remember playing for hours with friends and sticks as swords. We would pretend we were riding horses with one stick between our legs, galloping across the yard, with our sword stick whacking our opponent. I almost forgot a good long stick is the perfect jousting lance too. Story 19. Okay, I might get my membership pulled for telling you, but a stick can be a sword, staff, lightsaber, wand, cane, torch, divining rod, scepter, baton, propeller, airplane, train, car, rope bridge, tree, Lightning bolt. We don't get many imaginative toys as boys. A good stick is a goddamn treasure. Story 20. I think it's more of a kid thing and dads are going to be dads. Sounds like me and my son. My wife can go in the garage and say, "What is this pile of rocks?" I mean, the boy found some nice rocks. Okay? Story 21. Ultimately, the biggest thing separating men from women is a product of society. Functional pockets. But the second biggest difference is the ability to recognize a good stick. I don't know how to explain this because I can't imagine going through life without this ability. I suppose the third biggest difference is the ability to give birth, but let's stay focused on the important things. Story 22. Boys and girls socialize and interact with the world in very different ways. Boys are task-oriented. They like sticks, rocks, and mud to make forts, eat them, and do other sorts of crazy things. Girls are very social. They have tea parties and do each other's hair and talk. Of course, I am painting with broad strokes, and when we encounter someone who is gender non-conforming, we make exceptions, but the male and female experience is largely similar to this. It is absolutely lovely that your husband is interacting at this level with your son, and it will evolve and deepen their relationship. This is a good thing. Don't be upset about it. Story 23. When we did not have friends, we had a stick. When we did not have lovers, we had a stick. When we did not have the fanciest toys, when we did not have a roof over our heads or food in our bellies, when we were looking for a genuine reason to go on, we had a stick. To you, it is just a random piece of wood that has no inherent meaning, but to me, to all of us, it is an adventure. It is a symbol of power and respect. It is an untold wonder. It is security and fear-inducing. It is hope and dread. It is, simply put, limitless possibility in a dark, cruel world. Story 24. I love this. This is father and son bonding over their mutual appreciation of the natural world. The elegant utility of a well-shaped stick, the ancient solidity of a weather-worn stone. They are attentive to nature's beauty, and they find camaraderie in their shared joy. Manika's stick. Story 25. You know how they say women used to be the hunter-gatherers, and that's why we can see more shades than men can, because we needed to be able to tell the difference between, I could put this in a pie red and this will kill me in my sleep red, and we just kind of hung on to that as we evolved. I think that's men and sticks. Men need sticks to build fire for their cave wives. Story 26. That particular type of 2-foot stick sounds like a dervish. It was made popular in the late 1800s by Reginald Dervisham of Potsdam, England. The dervish was used in a street game called Hop Wheel, where people would take a wagon wheel or any wheel or round object and attempt to roll it as far as possible with a stick. This is where we get the term whirling dervish. The shorter dervish required more beatings but was far more accurate than the greens, which were a full meter long but inconsistent in accuracy. Story 27. I just went camping with my brother and some guy friends from childhood. They brought back 2 perfect walking sticks, which are admittedly quite straight and long. Story 28. We go to the beach regularly and there are a lot of sticks washed up. My son collects 4 or 5 special sticks each time to bring home. When we head back, he is supposed to take some back to the beach so we don't get overstocked. He barely ever does, so now we have a massive bucket of special sticks in the back garden. They are guns, swords, boomerangs, you name it. He has one very special stick that I discovered the dog had chewed yesterday. I am going to hide it until he notices it's missing. He's 8. Sticks are life. Story 29. It is the original tool. Tools are cool. They are extensions of our body. We built everything in this world with tools that are all descendants of the stick. Story 30. Oh my God. My husband does this with rocks. Haha. He has a small collection that he's gathered over a period of a couple decades. There's not many. He's quite choosy. Under a dozen for sure. And no, he's not a rock enthusiast. There's really nothing special about them other than their shape. These are typical everyday rocks that are round or oval-shaped that he just happens to like and apparently finds special enough to bring home. He doesn't display them. They sit in his junk drawer, and he pulls them out every now and then to admire them. I've even brought home rocks now and then for him over the years that I thought he might like. But only one of mine ever made the cut and ended up in the collection. Story 31. You can do a lot with a stick. It's a simple tool, but I think part of it is just claiming and having it. Like imagine trying to claim sand or dirt. It's dirty, it's hard to hold. A stick is simple to hold. A nice weighty stick feels good to hold and to hit with. And if it's a good stick, it's yours. You don't need a plastic or metal manufacturer to make it. Nature makes it. It costs $0 to make and have. You can throw it away if you want. It's yours and it's totally free. And there's a lot you can do with it if you want to. Story 32. Some sticks have a practice sword shape, and some you can hold like a gun, which makes it fairly obvious what to do with these. Some are a bit flexible and you can get a good whip motion going. They make cool noise and you can really nail your friends with them. Some are thick and gnarly. Maybe they have a cool knot at the end, like, hey look, I'm a wizard. Some have that weird flexible bark that is fun to tear off. And some are just so oversized it's funny. Please add more if I missed any. This is all I could remember. Story 33. I have a stick next to my front door, expressly picked up and saved for its shape. Slightly hooked at one end, good for whacking thistles out of the way. A good stick is a good friend. Story 34. Not just nature within males, as many have posted, but also nurture. I have instilled within my 7-year-old daughter the desire, or rather the need for acquiring, maintaining, and respecting good sticks while hiking, as we often do. We have a collection of roughly 8 to 10 top-shelf walking sticks, and one she kept that is roughly 18 inches in length because its end was sharp, and, as she said, would be good for poking things. Do the sticks get used? Sometimes, if we remember to take them on our hikes. But if we forget, as we often do, then, my friends, we have created an exciting task for our day's hike. Find good walking or poking sticks. Side note, my wife also does not hunt for sticks and questions our need for such things. Story 35. I was hanging out with a friend, and while we were talking, I needed something for my hands to do. I pulled a dry dead branch off a nearby tree and started stripping and whittling the bark off with my knife. Then I knocked off the knots from old offshoot branches. Now I have a nice cane-length poking stick I keep in the back of my truck. Story 36. I haven't seen it said here, but to me sticks represent swords, staffs, bow and arrows, or even wands. There's something primal about a stick that gets the imagination going to another time and place where sticks were very useful tools. A nice stick either fits well in the hand, swings with good balance, makes a nice swoosh or swish sound when swung, or perfectly reaches the ground as a walking stick. There are many sticks. Not all sticks are nice.